guys. The star of the assistive technology I've been obsessed with and using when I read books is Orcam. And basically, Orcam will start from the top of the page and read the text to you through bone conduction technology. It's really cool. I still get the experience like I'm reading, wearing these assistive glasses, and they're just reading to me. So just wanted to wrap up the 2 books that I finished reading in January and just keep it in the family. Nosferatu by Joe Hill, who is the son of Mr. Mercedes, Mr. Stephen King. I love horror. That's one of my, my favorite genre of books that I read. I love horror. I love disturbing horror, so I'm a huge fan of Stephen King. I remember my very first Stephen King book was The Stand. And I was about 13, and yeah, since then I was hooked. So the first book by Joe Hill, as you know, on Shudder, if you have that streaming service, they have a series. I think it's 2 series that's currently still on Shudder as I post this video. And I just like how the license plate played on the word play of Nosferatu, who was a vampire. And basically, the villain in the story is a energy vampire. And it's about a woman that has great powers, that she's able to cyclically cross over a bridge with her bike, and just the whole entire drama back and forth between her and this man. This villain, this energy vampire, basically has a goon that kills adults and takes the children to Christmas land, basically turning them into little monsters and draining them of all their humanity, but feeding off the children's creativity and youth and innocence to make him young again. So it's your typical evil versus good type of tale, and I really love his style of writing. The first book I read of Joe Hill was The Heart Box, which I absolutely loved. But yeah, this is I would give it out of 5 books. I will give this a 3.5. I enjoyed it, and now I'm going to check out the series and how that matches with the book. Now, before I move on, I am deciding, because I don't like to keep clutter, if I love the book, I'm going to keep it and put it on my bookshelf. But if I enjoyed it and it was a nice read, then I'm going to donate it for someone else to enjoy. And this one is going in the donate pile. Next one, of course, is Mr. Stephen King, Mr. Mercedes. This also is a series. Stephen King, like a lot of people just love his work, and a lot of them are adapting his written word into TV series, movies. I think he's going to still see that. We'll still see a lot of Stephen King adaptations on the screen, little or big, of his stories. But anyway, so this is Mr. Mercedes. There's also a streaming service. I don't know which one. I think I want to say Paramount, but don't quote me on that. But Mr. Mercedes is a series, and this is more of a detective crime story than an actual horror story. Now, obviously, the things that happen to people is very horrendous, but it's not your typical horror story with a paranormal element to it at all. There's no paranormal element to this particular narrative. So it's about a retired detective playing cat and mouse with Mr. Mercedes, who basically in a Mercedes Benz that was taken through technology, killed a lot of people in front of a building waiting for a job fair. And it's just going through the retired sheriff, living life without being on the force anymore, and this psychopathic killer no longer being the limelight of the news, and trying to pull at each other's to try to catch him. And it's a lot of, this was a really good read. Went through really fast. I love Stephen King's writing. This book had no problem with pacing at all. Yeah, it had a lot of surprises, a lot of heartache, and yeah, I won't spoil it for you, but I give this book out of 5 books, I give it a 4. And because I'm a huge Stephen King fan, I keep all his books that I purchase. So this one is staying on the bookshelf, and yeah, for me to enjoy in the future. But I really enjoy this. If you're a Stephen King fan, but you like his non-paranormal monster related content, this is a good crime thriller, and I enjoyed it. February, still using Orcam as my assistive technology to get through. These are the 2 books that I want to read. Very, very quick reads. This one is a graphic novel called Baby Teeth. Pretty excited. Love the artwork, and definitely horror themed, so definitely up my alley. And the next book I want to was recommended. This is called The End of Alice, and this is not for the faint of heart. This is definitely disturbing horror, so I'm finding it hard to get through, especially when someone's reading it to me, but I have started it. But yeah, this is my goal to go through it as well, and it deals with a very sensitive topics of pedophilia and things of that nature. So again, trigger warning, SA, pedo. This is a very, very gruesome horror. But this was recommended from one of my favorite booktubers, so she's never steered me wrong, so I'm kind of excited to read that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.